Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at a budget action camera. This is the Apeman model A66. We'll be right back after this. All right, guys, we're back. Today we're going to be looking at this budget action cam. Now, I've got several action cams that I use on my channel, a couple that I use on several of my quads. They are pretty much budget. I mean, what more can you say? And some of the budget kind of rubs off on the quality of the video. I bought this with recommendation from a lot of YouTube and as well as Amazon reviews that were favorable to this cam. Looking for something to replace the cam that I do a lot of my videos with. I think I'm going to try this one out for a while and see how it works out. But this is kind of for those out there that are looking at something like a GoPro but can't afford the $350, $360. I mean, there's prices ranging on GoPros from about $200 on up, depending on the model and depending on some of the features. Now, this is pretty much the base model for Apeman. They have 4K. They have some other cameras out there, and I believe they utilize touch screens on some of the other ones. Again, this is the base model. This one you're looking at a 1.5-inch LCD screen. You're looking at a 1080p full HD at 30 frames per second. It shoots 720 at 30 or 60 frames per second, and then VGA quality at 30 frames per second. I believe it's 30 frames per second on VGA. Yeah, I believe it's 30 frames per second. And I'll change that. If I misspoke that, I'll put it down in post edit, so I correct that for you guys in case that's wrong. But on the side of the box, you're going to see that it does include a 1050 milliamp hour lithium ion cell battery with a claimed runtime of 120 minutes. That's pretty much the jury is out on yet. Waterproof up to 30 meters using the case, using the waterproof case that it comes in. That again, we don't know. I haven't had any way to test that. This has a car recording mode, which is basically just going to be a dash cam. And it's also running a Novatech processor for what they're claiming to be stable and smooth operation. Back side of the box has all the specs for the camera, technical specs. So if you guys want to read those, you can go ahead and pause and screenshot that or whatever you got to do to read those specs on there. The other side of the box is basically all the same information. 12 megapixel shooter on here, 170 degree field of view, so wide angle field of view on this one. And then, as I mentioned before, 1.5 inch LCD power saving screen. So that's pretty much it on the box. Let's go ahead and get this thing open once, guys, and see what we have inside. Pretty typical for cameras in this price range and of this ilk to have a plastic tray on the inside here. And we'll go ahead and get this thing out. Oh, it's not giving it up. Give it up, give it up, give it up. As I totally destroy this box. All right. So on the top here, you can see the camera. We'll get that out, and I'll just kind of show you that real quick here, guys. And that comes already encased in the waterproof holder. And we'll set that aside for just a second. We'll take a look at the accessory pack in here. Now, with the amount of accessories that are in here, guys, this is pretty incredible. Pretty good value, I think, so far. And that's not having used the camera yet. But these accessories are claimed to all be GoPro compatible, which is kind of cool as well. So you're getting a microfiber lens cleaning cloth for the camera. You're getting a package of zip ties, I believe, to somehow cinch the camera down to whatever holder you're using at any particular point. We have your micro USB to USB charging cable right here. Okay. We have a bicycle mount. Now, this is a handlebar mount for a bicycle or mountain bike. And there's other adapters that would fit together with this. We have a couple of 3M double sticky back pads here, and then what looks to be like some sort of a lanyard or some sort of a protective cord to kind of hold your camera in extreme conditions, so it's not falling off and falling to its death. We have another back for the waterproof case. Now this one is not waterproof. This one has slots on both sides here, and this is going to be for like extreme conditions, mountain biking, hiking, that type of thing, that you're going to want to use the onboard microphone to record audio. So this does have the slot on there. Don't confuse this with being waterproof. This one is not. That's included with that as well. It's kind of cool. We have another 3M backed attachment here. Looks like a slide-on attachment, and that's for, you know, I guess whatever you can apply it for, whatever you can use it for. We have a package here of 3. These are Velcro straps to cinch the camera down. We have a frame here. Now this one is going to be compatible with a standard tripod, photography tripod. So kind of cool. I'll probably be using this one. More connectors. So you have this one swivel with a lock on it. Another one here. This is a J style here. Another sticky back 3M style backing on here. And this one actually has a pressed in Kep's nut here for your tripod. You have a clip here that would actually probably mate with one of these other pieces here to clip it on whatever. Kind of a standoff sort of mount here, and then another J type right here. And it's also going to come with your instructions, and I'm going to assume this is in multiple languages. And it looks like it is. I see German right there. I see English, German, and Chinese on the back here. Now I haven't looked at this yet, so I don't know what the what the Chinese to English translation is. Some are good, some are bad. The jury is out on that yet as far as this one goes. But yeah, that's all included in the package, and this is $35, guys. So if you're thinking about a GoPro, that's going to be $360 for their, I don't know what series it would be or what model it would be, but I know there's one out there for right around $300, $360. You're almost a tenth of the cost for a camera that's going to essentially do the same thing. Now, it's not going to have a lot of the same features, but if you're just looking for something to knock around with and something you're not worried about if it gets smashed or broken or lost, or you actually accidentally dunk it in the water outside of the waterproof case, you're not out $350. We're talking, you know, $35. And I'll put a link in the description below for the Amazon seller that's selling this one. And I'm not getting paid to advertise for anybody on this at all, guys. I'm doing this just to show you where I get my items from, where I purchase my items from. And I did pay full cost for this camera. It's nothing that was gifted to me or given to me at a lower cost for review. This is something that I purchased on my own. So, onto the camera. Now it comes in this waterproof casing right here, guys, with a swivel on the bottom, and there's actually a clip on here. So this is actually removable, and you can incorporate a multitude of different clips on here if you wanted to put this on your bike, if you wanted to hang it off a quadcopter, however you wanted to do it. Pretty much that comes off, and you could incorporate this waterproof case on pretty much anything. And to open this up, let's get this opened up here. There's a little lever here. You would slide that over to the right as I am right now, and let's see, let's kind of work with this a little bit here. There we go. And it's spring loaded, and it just pops right open. It's kind of a little bit of a kind of a lunch box, I can say that, latch here. Okay, and that works that way. And then obviously you would slide this back, and it pops open just like that. So the camera itself, it's actually got a pretty nice feel about it, guys. It's got a kind of a rubbery feel to it, very grippy kind of feel, which I really kind of like. It looks pretty much the same as most action cameras from China, and this is a Chinese-made action cam. We can compare it to my Tech Bean camera. This is a claimed 4K, which is complete hogwash. It's not 4K. This one shoots 1080, 720, and VGA, just like this one does. But this one is Wi-Fi compatible, whereas this one is not. I don't really use the Wi-Fi, so it's not that big a deal to me. But you can see they're laid out pretty much the same. You have the power buttons power buttons in front. Your lenses are here. This one I believe is 120 degree on this Tech Beam camera. This is 170 degree field of view. Power button on the top, or the OK button, placed in the same spot on the left side of the device. Both of them have your up and down selectors right here. This is actually would work for up and down selecting, also for zooming, for video, or actually for photography. So they're pretty much set up the same way. Now this is going to have a 1050 milliamp hour battery included in it, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that's inside of here already. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and let's see how easy this is to open. And it looks right here like there's a little lever that we would slide over this way and then try to get something in there to pry that up. Maybe I don't really have a whole lot of fingernail going on here, but let's see if we can get this open on camera without using any choice words. And it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy endeavor. So let me see if I've got something here I can pry this open with. Yeah, and I'm chewing my lovely nails all to hell here. Excuse my French. But let's go ahead and just use this and pop that open. So the battery hatch is nothing more than just a piece of plastic here. It's not hinged or anything like that. So be careful when you pop this thing off if you're doing it out in the field that you don't lose it. I don't know if these are readily available by the manufacturer or if they're universal or whatever, but just make sure that you're keeping a close eye on this. And there's a little pad on the back of here too, so it actually aids to hold the battery in place so the contacts are being made at all points. So yeah, one of the things I already don't like about this is this battery latch and the way this battery back comes off of here. Not good, not fun. So that's something that I hope the manufacturer, if anybody watches these videos from the manufacturer, and I know there's another couple people out there that have reviewed this camera and said the same thing, that the battery back on here is just an absolute atrocious pain in the backside to open. But we can see the battery inside here with the orange tab. Let's go ahead and pull that out and have a look at that real quick. This is a lithium-ion cell. It has the Apeman branding up on top here. 3.7 volt, 1050 milliamp hour rechargeable cell. Would charge directly inside the battery, or inside the camera, I should say. Or actually, Apeman has a 2-pack of batteries along with a charger that will charge 2 batteries at the same time for right around 14 bucks. And I'll put a link in the description for that as well, guys. That might be something handy for us to have in the future. I've got a bunch of cells similar to this because I own a couple of these cameras, like this one here, like the Tech Beam, and I've got similar batteries here. This is a 3.7. This is from the Tech Beam here, by the way. It's a 3.7 volt, 900 milliamp hour cell. The same thing. So the only difference really being is you have a little bit less capacity on this one, so it may have to be charged more often. But I've got like probably 4 or 5 of these, so I don't see myself needing to purchase any more of these batteries, but they are available. And again, I will put a link in the description so you guys can check that out as well. So let's go ahead and get this battery installed in here and it powered up, and I can show you at least what the startup menu looks like. Now we have to make sure that we're watching how this goes in here. It goes in two different ways. This will fit in. I'm going to try to get this to focus so we can see inside here that there are, might not be able to get this to focus, but there are 3 little tabs inside here, little copper tabs. You can't see them right now, but there's 3 little copper tabs inside here, guys. And on the bottom of the battery, you're going to see the same type of pattern with 3 copper contacts on here. You want to make sure that, now you can see it right there. There you go. Now you see them in there. You want to make sure that when you put the battery in, that these 3 contacts are meeting with those 3 on the bottom. It could go in this way, but it's just not going to power up. So go ahead and pop that in, and we want to press it down into place. And you'll feel it kind of pop into place there. And we'll go ahead and put this battery cover back on. Reluctantly so, but I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. And you can see there's a little, kind of a little tongue sticking out on the end of this plastic here. That fits underneath the little recess on the bottom of the battery, on the bottom of the chassis of the phone. And then we would just snap it into place. And that's on there. So now we'll go ahead and turn it on. The power switch is going to be on the front here. So I'll turn it around to the back so we can see what this looks like being powered up. So you have an LED light. You have the Apeman logo, and it goes right to it. So it doesn't take long to boot this guy at all. We're pretty much ready to shoot video right now. The only thing we're lacking, obviously, is going to be our SD card. And I should mention on the side here, we have our SD card slot, and this is capable to use or compatible with up to a 32 gigabyte class 10 card. So I do have to purchase a card that does not come with it. We have a micro or a mini USB, I'm sorry, a mini HDMI, and we have the micro USB for charging right there, and I believe you could data transfer through that too. And the back has your 1.5-inch LCD display. Nothing to write home about. Crappy, really crappy viewing angles. This is just for reference. It's not for watching videos on. You can kind of reference what you shot to see if something came up. But your menu button is going to be in the front. It says mode. This is also a power button, but it also doubles as a mode button. So we're basically going to go ahead and hit that again. And now we're in 720p. Now we're in the image gallery, and there's no image on here yet because I haven't used this yet. Now we're in the actual setup part of the screen here, so we can scroll down. Scrolling down is going to be using these keys on the side, up or down. This also doubles, if I didn't mention before, this will also double as your focus for video shoot or for regular snapshots. You have your little speaker right here as well, if you guys can see that. There's a tiny little speaker right there. Nothing stereophonic or nothing that's going to blow the doors off your Pinto, but you do have a speaker there to kind of monitor what you have recorded. So you're going to have all kinds of different settings in here, and you would just scroll down by using these keys. And if you wanted to select something in here, you would actually press the OK button on top, and it would go into that. Feature there. So that's pretty much how this camera works. It seems pretty user-friendly right now. Not too much different than my TechBean camera that I've been using for quite some time. I've got two of these. They seem to work pretty good. They're easy to use once you get used to the menus on these things. It looks pretty much the same either way you look, guys, so I don't think there's anything too earth-shatteringly different. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So we're looking at the Apeman model A66 1080p action cam. All right, guys, that's pretty much it on this one. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers, all the people that have been hanging out with me, all the people that have been commenting on the videos, asking questions. I really enjoy answering your questions, and I do check my channel quite often. So I'd like to thank you guys all for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate you subscribing. It really helps my channel out a lot. Don't forget to hit that bell up on the top of my channel there next to the subscribe button so you get all my videos coming through as soon as I upload them. And that's pretty much it. We'll catch y'all in the next one, and God bless the Republic.